hours of not eating or consuming certain foods. Okay? The body begins to chemically break down fat to use as energy. Fasting works by redirecting energy away from the digestive process to the immune system. Okay? And so it is believed that regular fasting helps boost the immune system because you don't have that blood constantly around your digestive organs. Okay? And it's able to go and do other work elsewhere, okay, boosting your immune system. Okay? Adverse effects of fasting may include fatigue, dizziness, and weakness. If you feel tired or weak during a fast, you should rest or stop fasting. Okay? Do not go in. I've heard people saying, "Oh, I'm going to go into a fast," and they fast for 24 hours, and they're destroyed after a fast. And they just drop into a 24-hour fast. Never drop into a 24-hour fast if you're not used to fasting. Okay? Maybe skip a meal. Okay? Or maybe skip a portion of your meal, or the carbohydrate portion, or whatever. Okay? But you've got to start slow with fasting. Is it beneficial? Absolutely. There's a lot of evidence that fasting is beneficial to a lot of different things, but you have to start slow. Okay? You can't just be like, I don't think I'm going to be like Jesus and go 40 days without food. It ain't going to happen. Well, you may not. All right, so any questions on that? All right. Okay, glycemic index and glycemic load. Glycemic index, or GI, is a measure of the effects of carbohydrates on the blood sugar levels. The glycemic index of a food is defined as the area under the 2-hour blood glucose response curve following the ingestion of a fixed portion of carbohydrate using 50 grams. Okay. So all in all, like glycemic index, every carbohydrate you can possibly think of has been given a glycemic index and how it affects blood sugar. Okay. Within 2 hours, okay, based on that measurement. Okay, so obviously sugar is going to have a higher glycemic index, where asparagus is going to have a much lower. It's not going to affect the blood sugar as much. If you want to know more about glycemic index, there's a vast amount of education about that online. Glycemic load. Now, here's what I love about glycemic index and glycemic load in an argument. Carrots are bad for you. Anybody ever heard that? Carrots have a higher glycemic index than most of the vegetables on the chart, okay? But you have to eat a dump truck full of them for it to actually have that kind of glycemic index. Anybody try to eat 50 grams of carrots, okay? And you have to actually eat a whole lot more than that to actually get the kind of blood sugar response that most people consider bad, okay? So, again, carrots a vegetable. It has a little higher glycemic index, but you can't just look at a higher glycemic index of food. You have to actually look at the glycemic load of it, or the volume that causes that glycemic index with that blood sugar response. Okay, so that's glycemic index and glycemic load. Paleolithic nutrition, real fast. This is the biggest thing in CrossFit is as far as nutrition is concerned. Centered on commonly available modern food, the contemporary Paleolithic diet consists of mainly meat, fish, vegetables, fruit, roots, and nuts, and excludes grains, legumes, dairy products, salt, refined sugar, and processed oils. Higher protein, lower carb, higher fat content, low calorie density foods, high macronutrient content, and high fiber. Okay. Furthermore, cereal, grains, legumes, and milk contain bioactive substances such as gluten and casein, which have been implicated in the development of various health issues. Compared to Paleolithic food groups, cereal, grains, and legumes have high amounts of anti-nutrients, substances known to interfere with the body's absorption of many key nutrients. That's what the whole Paleolithic thing is about. It's a clean way of eating, right? It's the cleanest way of eating that I've ever heard of, okay? And living in America, it sucks to have somebody who's like paleo. Okay? Because you just never really get to have all those things that everyone likes to have. Baked goods, alcohol, etc., etc. Paleolithic people don't leave it, right? But I will say this, okay? Paleolithic nutrition is scientifically evident to bring about a whole lot of good health results, okay? Weight loss, low inflammation, okay, because you're keeping that insulin level controlled, okay, and has reversed a lot of health issues, okay. So Paleolithic, if you want to know more about Paleolithic nutrition, go online. There's a wealth of information about it, especially in the CrossFit community. It is highly advocated, okay. I also highly advocate it for the most part, okay, when you are trying to be an optimally healthy individual, okay. But it is a highly unrealistic nutrition to stick to, especially in this day and age, but you do your best, okay. Now, I went a little bit over time. I appreciate you guys' patience. If you have questions, stick around and ask me. If you do not, go home and eat some food, okay, for the rest of your evening. And if you think of questions, you can email me, or you can Facebook, but my email address is gregwhitenasm@yahoo.com. gregwhitenasm@yahoo.com.
What does NASM stand for?
National Academy of Sports Medicine. What about snacking? Eat for fitness and not body fat. You can refer right to that top page, and that'll answer your question. Eat in order, okay? Proteins, vegetables, nuts and seeds.
Sweet. What's my sweet?
Because remember what I told you, fiber and fats take the longest to absorb. Okay? So, you're about to go an 8-hour period possibly.
They're real good.
Why is that bad?
I like brownies too. And I eat more brownies.
What's hard for the insulin level? Yes, not vegetables. There's not a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of carb density in vegetables.
Someone's ordering the sun out.